Imagine for a moment if you could possess eternal youth, flawless beauty, right? But someone or something else had to bear the visible burden of every, let's say, moral compromise you ever made. What would be the true cost of that kind of arrangement? Today we're doing a deep dive into Oscar Wilde's groundbreaking novel, The Picture of Dorian Gray. It's a story that, well, it directly grapples with that very unsettling idea. Our mission here is really to unpack the novel's, its dark beauty, its profound philosophical questions, and also explore why it continues to resonate so powerfully, more than a century later. We're drawing from a pretty comprehensive review of the work, which really gets to the heart of what makes this story so enduring. It's a fascinating blend, isn't it? Gothic fiction, philosophical fiction, even a touch of horror. First published in 1890, then a revised edition came out in 1891. So, let's unpack this. This incredible premise, this wish for eternal youth at the expense of a portrait. How does Wilde actually set that up right from the start?
Well, Wilde immediately pulls you into this world that feels like it's right on the cusp of some profound moral decay. The story kicks off with Dorian Gray, a young man whose physical appearance is just captivating, breathtakingly beautiful, really. It inspires the artist Basil Hallward to create this magnificent portrait of him.
Right.
But it's right there in that moment of intense beauty and, frankly, adulation that the fateful wish emerges. Dorian blurts out this desire to remain young forever, while his painted likeness, the portrait, carries the burden of age and sin.
Wow.
And this wish, right from the outset, it sets him on this really chilling path. Indulgence, corruption, and, well, ultimately self-destruction.
And it all unfolds in such an opulent setting, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So vivid. The novel opens in Basil Hallward's luxurious London studio. Dorian's beauty is literally being immortalized on canvas there.
Yeah.
But then, into this, serene artistic space steps Lord Henry Wotton. He's this incredibly witty, cynical aristocrat. And his philosophy of new hedonism, pursuing pleasure above all else, it starts to profoundly influence young Dorian.
Exactly. And Dorian becomes utterly obsessed with his own beauty. It's a vanity that's meticulously nurtured by Lord Henry's very seductive ideas. It's during this heightened moment of self-absorption, really, that he articulates that desperate wish for the portrait to age and reflect his sins instead of him.
Mm-hmm.
This isn't just, a dramatic moment. This wish is the absolute chilling catalyst for everything that follows, every shocking event, every moral downfall. It's the central kind of perverse bargain of the whole story.
And the novel just meticulously details the progression of this bargain, right? As years pass, Dorian remains outwardly untouched by time. He looks exactly the same.
Yeah.
Youthful, pristine. But the portrait, hidden away, it grotesquely transforms. It becomes this hideous, almost living mirror, reflecting every single one of his moral decays, every act of betrayal. It's quite grim. So as the years pass, with this terrible bargain in place, what does Dorian's life actually become? How does he truly test this perverse immortality? He just plunges into a life of unimaginable excess, betraying friends, ruining reputations, indulging in countless immoral acts, and all without facing any visible physical consequences.
It's really unsettling to imagine that kind of life, isn't it? That complete absence of physical consequence.
It truly is, and I think that's the crucial distinction Wilde really wants us to grapple with. While Dorian's body is untouched, the psychological toll, the spiritual toll, it becomes unbearable for him.
Oh.
Wilde masterfully builds this tension, leading up to a shocking, very symbolic climax where the true accumulated weight of his corrupted soul is finally revealed. And it raises this important question for all of us, really. If your exterior remains flawless, what does an unblemished surface truly hide? And what's the real cost to your inner self?
Yeah, it's powerful. So beyond the gripping plot, the novel truly shines in exploring these really profound ideas. What are some of the key themes Wilde masterfully weaves throughout? Well, one of the core themes he explores is this stark clash between aestheticism and morality. The late Victorian era, was deeply fascinated, almost obsessed with beauty and pleasure. And Wilde uses Dorian's story as a sharp critique of that.
Right.
He explores the profound dangers of living a life purely for aesthetics, completely devoid of conscience or, ethical boundaries. What's truly insightful here, I think, is how Wilde uses this extreme, almost magical situation to reveal a chilling truth about society's everyday tendency.
How so?
Well, this tendency to prioritize outward appearance over inner integrity. It's not just about Dorian. It becomes a mirror for the subtle compromises maybe we all make, especially now in a world so obsessed with curated self-image.
That's a good point. It almost sounds like Wilde is just condemning the pursuit of beauty entirely. But isn't he also kind of celebrating it through his own amazing prose and the allure of characters like Lord Henry? He seems almost drawn to the very aestheticism he critiques.
That's a very perceptive point. Wilde, as an artist himself, absolutely appreciated beauty and wit. That tension is definitely part of his genius. He doesn't simply condemn, he explores, he pushes the boundaries and looks at the potential pitfalls.
Okay.
And intertwined with that, of course, is the duality of human nature. The painting isn't just a picture then, is it?
No, it becomes much more.
Exactly. It becomes this horrifying, living mirror of Dorian's soul. It symbolizes the hidden corruption festering beneath his charming, beautiful exterior. Wilde masterfully portrays that constant conflict between appearance and reality, showing how terrifyingly different they can be.
And if we connect this to the bigger picture, it really highlights influence and manipulation too.
Definitely.
Lord Henry's cynical, hedonistic ideas profoundly shaped Dorian's worldview. It demonstrates just how powerfully words and philosophies can corrupt someone, sometimes even more effectively than direct actions. But it's easy to just blame Lord Henry, isn't it? Was Dorian always susceptible, or did Basil's initial, almost worshipful adoration also play a role, kind of inflating Dorian's ego to the point where he was ready for that fall?
That's a crucial point to ponder, yeah. Basil's uncritical adoration certainly set the stage. It made Dorian's vanity flourish, making him, well, fertile ground for Lord Henry's philosophies.
Right.
It raises important questions about responsibility, doesn't it? And how we influence each other, maybe even unintentionally within our own relationships.
Absolutely. And beyond these profound themes, the very way Wilde writes is almost a character in itself, isn't it?
Oh, for sure.
His language is just so elegant, so witty, often laced with these incredible epigrams, those short, sharp philosophical observations that challenge social norms and values with such precision. How does his style really shape the novel's impact?
It's fundamental. The style is part of the message in a way.
It's amazing how captivating the writing is, even when describing dark events. What makes Wilde's prose so enduringly rich with symbolism and layered irony? It feels like each reread reveals something new, some hidden gem you missed before.
Well, his command of dialogue and atmosphere is simply exceptional. He imbues even seemingly mundane scenes with this underlying tension and subtext. It just makes you hang on every word.
Yeah. Now, when it was first published, this novel stirred up quite a bit of controversy, didn't it?
Oh, massively.
It faced significant criticism for its perceived immorality and even its homoerotic undertones, which was pretty scandalous for the time.
Extremely scandalous.
It's truly wild to think how shocking this novel was back then, considering how openly we discuss these themes today. What does that evolution tell us about the power of art to challenge and maybe change society?
It tells us that art often pushes boundaries long before society is ready to accept them. And Wilde's response to the backlash was, well, defiant and quite iconic. He added a preface to the revised 1891 edition, defending the autonomy of art. It includes one of his most famous lines: "There is no such thing as a moral or an immoral book. Books are well written or badly written. That is all."
Ah, yes. Famous line.
He essentially argued that art doesn't have to serve some explicit moral purpose. Its purpose is simply to be art, to exist and to be appreciated on its own terms.
So bringing it to the present day, what does this all mean for us now, over a century later? Today, the Picture of Dorian Gray is celebrated, right? It's seen as this bold, complex work that absolutely challenged Victorian values and incredibly foreshadowed so many modern literary themes we still explore.
Absolutely. Ultimately, The Picture of Dorian Gray is far more than just a story about beauty and corruption, though it is that too. It's really a profound meditation on the human soul, the true price of unchecked indulgence, and the many masks people wear to conceal their true selves.
And despite being written over 100 years ago, its themes feel shockingly modern. They continue to provoke debate and discussion about human nature. It's no wonder the review gave it a perfect 55 rating. So if you're interested in Gothic literature, philosophical fiction, or just that enduring struggle between virtue and vice, this book is absolutely a must-read.
And this deep dive into Dorian Gray really makes you wonder, doesn't it? If you had a portrait somewhere hidden away that absorbed all your flaws and sins, would you actually dare to look at it?
Ooh, good question.
And what would that reveal about the masks maybe we all wear, even if they're not painted on a canvas?